Go when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right.
Hey.
And you are listening. You're listening to Talk on the Rocks.
You are.
And this would be Mike.
And I'm Jamie.
This is the 12th installment of the greatest show on the internet.
True story.
Yes. So thank you for joining us for another show. We actually did a show last night. We decided because this weekend we have a very special guest in town.
I'm very excited. My mom is coming into town.
Yes. So we decided that it would be better that we don't do any shows this weekend, and we'll just join you again next week. So we thought we'd get you one more out the door
That's right.
before we leave you in the dark for a whole
Because
weekend.
we don't want to disappoint.
What is everyone going to do without us?
Live their lives.
You make it sound so easy.
I know, right?
So
Some
I think,
days it's just not.
well, let's get some business out of the way.
Okay.
I have in my hands something that has not been the drink of the night yet,
That's true.
but it's now my turn to pick the greatest drink on the planet. This, my friends, is a Jack and Coke. Jack and Coke.
Well, arguably the best drink. I'm not drinking it.
Oh, what are you drinking?
I'm having another glass of wine. Deliciousness. Another glass of my Cherry Republic Abundanza wine. It's still delicious. Don't get me wrong. I love it.
Now, the other piece of business to get out of the way. We have a new sound effect. And we talked about having a word of the night.
Right.
But we're going to take it a step further. We're going to give you an audio cue when it's time to drink.
True story.
And when you hear a certain sound like this, that means you do this.
Oh, right. We have to remember to do this too.
Mm. Yep.
Gotcha.
So by my way. Okay, show's over, folks.
Oh.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, and then we would have no listeners next time. We'd be
Well,
very
we'd have
sad.
no hosts either.
Well, that's true.
So what are you drinking over there?
I'm drinking red wine. Actually, it's more, well, it's kind of a blush. It's not really out and out red.
Just couldn't suck it up and drink the Jack.
Nope, I drank the Jack last night. That's about as good as I go.
Well, at least you're drinking something.
Well, that's true. I am, and it is alcoholic, people. We're not doing any more of this fake BS like we had been before. No more teas, no more pop, no more water for us. Although you may see us drinking that during the show. That's not the drink of the night, so don't worry.
Right. So now we want to get on to some topics. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk. We talked with the rocks. Now it's time to do the talk.
It's true. I just wanted to let everyone know, in case you didn't know, this is going to get interesting. You know what sucks, though, is that he's got refillage possibility over there. Once this is gone, it's gone. I don't have the rest of the bottle
I
here.
have like a few shots left if you want to hit.
No, I'm good. I will switch off to water or my Diet Sunkist over here. Anyways, in case people didn't know, today is officially National Dog Biscuit Appreciation Day. That wasn't the drinking sound, but you can drink on that sound. So, for all of you out there who have dogs, please feed your dog an extra biscuit today. And also, to go along with this story, as sad as it is, there was an article published today that indicated that apparently not only are Americans fat, but our pets are excessively obese as well.
Fido, what happened?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's just sad. Like, not only are we overfeeding ourselves, we're overfeeding our pets.
Well, for crying out loud, we made a special day to give them biscuits.
Right.
So we have nobody to blame but ourselves.
Well, that's true.
for
And
letting these dogs get out of hand.
this image that we have up right now is of she's a beagle. That's a very porky beagle. Apparently she weighs 41 pounds right now. And then there's another picture which I haven't put up yet, but diet and exercise, which is what's all recommended for us. She's down to a slim and trim 29 pounds. If that only, if someone regulated my intake the way that obviously her owners had to regulate hers, I would be much healthier.
Well, wouldn't we all?
I know.
But I'm no veterinarian, no. I am not a veterinarian doctor.
You're not?
But I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, and I can tell you the story.
Oh my goodness.
Once upon a time, there was a very heavy black lab, very, very heavy black lab named Chip. Chip was a very fat dog. Chip was so fat that you throw a treat at him. If he didn't catch it in his mouth, it would bounce off to him. He would wait until 3 or 4 treats piled up before he actually took the time to get up and go gather them.
He had to make the trip worth it.
Yes, there was no getting up for 1 or 2. Had
Right.
to make sure it was well worth his while.
Right.
Because those treats weren't going anywhere, and he knew it.
Right. Nobody else wants the treats but him.
We loved Chip. We still love Chip. There's no sad ending here. There's actually a happy ending here. But Chip belonged to my sister, who moved away and couldn't take Chip with her at first. And, of course, we did not feed the dog the proper foods we should have. We decided it was easier just to give him anything he wanted and give him the scraps and all the stuff that a lot of American families do with their dogs.
Which is how they get fat.
Yeah. So this dog was very, very fat. I think at one point this dog was like 100 pounds or something. It was just ridiculous.
He's still pretty porky.
But he looks very trim. He looks like lean.
Really?
You saw him?
I know, but I don't know.
But that's what I'm getting at. Is
Labs
that
are barrel-chested, but he was,
Well,
he had excessive skin, maybe.
Yeah, that's probably what it was, because he was heavy for a long time. But Wendy came and got him and took him back home and started to feed him the right foods and take him to the vet and doing all the things you should do with your dog. And it took no time at all for that dog to start getting back to its fighting weight.
And he now has a brand new puppy to fight with, so it's a good thing that she did that.
Yeah. Yep. So
Have you seen the pictures of her new puppy?
I have not.
Oh my goodness, Noelle is adorable. She's actually 4 months old, I believe. She is adorable.
Wait a minute. I take it back. I did, because I had that one picture she sent me of the dog's head stuck in the... Was that the puppy?
What are you talking about?
Did you see that picture I put on my Twitter and my Facebook, and she put up there of the dog's head stuck in like the bucket of food or whatever that was, the treat bucket?
I did not see that, but I would believe that of Noelle.
Okay, so that makes sense, because 4 months, a dog is pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay.
They're gangly.
Yeah.
They're
yeah,
not grown into themselves yet.
Nope, that makes sense to me.
All right. Anyways, so yes, in honor of National Dog Biscuit Appreciation Day, feed your dog 1 extra biscuit. Anyways, all right. So moving on to more important matters. How about this old woman, this 80-year-old woman who got put on the wrong plane because somebody gave her the wrong boarding pass? Like literally they took her through security with the wrong boarding pass and she ended up in like someplace unknown.
She was supposed to be flying out of Atlanta, which is ironic because I just flew out of Atlanta.
Right.
They gave me the correct boarding pass, I assure you.
Right. No. She was supposed to fly from Dulles to Atlanta.
Oh, I thought she was supposed to... No. Oh.
And then she ended up in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, I got that backwards. I thought she was flying from Atlanta to Dulles. Okay, never mind. I see. Look at me, not up on the facts.
Right.
So she ended up 400 miles up the road.
Which is crazy because, like, she obviously had to be escorted through security. Maybe it's just because, like, they just assumed whoever was escorting her double-checked this something or other. But apparently not. Well, she was in a wheelchair. Like, clearly she didn't put herself through security. And if she's already gotten someone to help her out to...
Well, what gets me is that it's in the TSA that when I went through, they had to check my ID when I went to get the tickets. Well, actually, I take that back. When I flew down from Flint,
they didn't ask for your ID.
They asked me for who me and my son were, gave our names, and then he just printed the tickets up and handed them to us.
Right.
So there was no big deal there, which I didn't think much of it because they checked my ID at the gate or at the the screening area.
Right.
So obviously, if I had the wrong ticket and didn't have the ID to match, they weren't going to let us in.
Right.
So there was that.
I think it's probably though because she was in a wheelchair and because they actually had someone with her from the airport that they didn't like double check it. They just assumed, which obviously you should never do that because that's how terrorism happens. But clearly this 80-year-old woman was not out to terrorize. In fact, she was terrorized in the fact that she didn't get home.
I know. And then she's sitting there at a baggage claim wondering where her family is. My goodness.
Oh.
How do you fix that?
I don't know. Maybe a clinking of glasses would help. Haha.
But, so I can get used to doing the show this way.
Right?
Well, that's unfortunate, but I'm assuming they got her on a plane and get her back to where she's supposed to go. But, of course, now they got to deal with the bad press.
Right. Well, okay, TSA is going through a lot of bad press, and I was going to hold off and put this at a different point in the show, but let's talk about how this undercover TSA agent went through how many times?
5.
5 times through security with a gun in her underwear, not lead-lined panties, just regular underwear, and she got through security.
5 times.
Like, they're being excessive about these whole strip search things. You remember hearing about that girl that went through in her, like, bikini or whatever, and they were...
Well, it's because she didn't want to be patted down.
Well, I don't blame her.
Well, my question is that I didn't read in the article anywhere where they actually patted her down. I think that
this TSA agent?
Yes, the agent.
Huh.
In other words, she went through the full body scan. They must have just didn't see a gun, so they called it good. I think in most places they use the body scan in lieu of the pat down.
I don't know, but still, like, obviously it's not detecting everything.
Well, it didn't detect the gun, but I think it was more human error.
Really?
I think they just didn't care because they were more focused on the waist up. And they weren't, and they got about as far as like a little past the shoulders, and then turned around and let her go.
Right? Because
Didn't
clearly
see she
no
was
one
packing heat.
and she wasn't a tranny.
Sorry, I'll drink to that.
Anyways, yeah, like from this picture that I have up, it definitely looks, well, I don't know if they just left these parts out, but this is not detailed. Like,
well, that's I taught the one that just the picture of the scan, like the ghostly
the body
image.
scan. Yeah.
Is that the one you got from the Consumerist?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, just make it. Well, I think that was just something they grabbed. It wasn't actually the scan of the woman. They're going to release that.
Well, of course not, but I don't know if that's what they're getting out of these body scans. I think they need to rework the technology because clearly...
I think that the person just screwed up. A hot chick comes through. I mean, think about how many people go through security on a daily basis. They're dealing with millions of travelers on a daily basis. I mean, not that particular location, but at least the thousands upon thousands of people they see a day. Mistakes happen. I mean, there's all kinds of studies out there that just, they test these people about, when they tell them to find a specific thing, the failure rate is so high after you like are sitting there going through the mundaneness of it all. That you're so worked up trying to find this thing that when it finally appears before you, your mind, like, I don't know, just like skips over it.
Right. Yeah. Well, obviously that begs to the question of, all these people that work in factories that do all these product checks and whatever. Like, I don't want... Hang on.
No, you can finish talking. You can drink after you talk.
Well, I wanted to drink. All these people that are checking, like, the safety value and, like, the safety of cars that do this on a daily basis, I don't want those people getting, like, mundane jobs that, oh, there's another car to check over. Oh, blah, blah, blah. It all looks the same. No, I want it to be actually safe. I want it to be tested. I want these things that are supposed to protect us from terrorism, I want them to be tested. I want them to be foolproof.
That's just it. If I have to turn around and take my shoes off, have my kid take his shoes off, take our belts off, put them in the bucket with our coats, I mean, I had my laptop and my iPad, which means they both had to have separate bins. I mean, I had a whole train of stuff between his backpack, my backpack, his DS carry-on. I mean, it was a nightmare. It took us forever to get it all lined up.
I figured.
So we get all that lined up to get through security, and to turn around and have just some chick go through security with a gun in her underwear and get through 5 times. Come on.
Right.
Really?
I wonder what... Did it say what kind of gun? Okay, drink to that. Did it say what kind of gun it was?
One that shoots.
Oh, good. I'm glad you narrowed that down. Thanks. Jerk.
Hey, that's uncalled for. If you're just joining us and have no idea what this sound means, that means that...
drink.
Yeah, that's tonight's drinking sound. So you might hear that randomly throughout the night.
So have your drink handy.
Mm-hmm.
But, and of course, TSA releases its non-statement, which is completely bogus. I'm sorry, but like, clearly your undercover agent has slipped through these, like, not just once, 5 times.
Yeah.
Like, how can you say that we're protecting you? You should trust us. No. Not that obviously you're going to argue with them, because then you're never going to get on your flight, but at the same time, you're going to be like, really? I don't know.
Well, they're doing the best they can to keep us safe. And it's just unfortunate that this kind of stuff happens.
Right.
And they just work to rectify it. And they disciplined all the people involved, though they are all back to work.
Right.
And I'm sure they will know to watch for the gun in the underwear
know
next
better
time.
next time.
Yes.
Mm.
So I just don't understand why they don't have some kind of a metal detector on top of it that beeps.
Don't they have to go through the metal detector to go through the body scanner?
I guess with a full body scanner, I guess they don't do both anymore. I don't know.
Stupid.
I just don't. I can't fathom how it happened 5 times. And the only thing I can think of is that she is just drop dead gorgeous, and it was all men who were doing the screening.
Well, even then, I mean, there's lots of gorgeous people in the world. I don't want, like, really, like, terrorists should hire gorgeous people because then no one would suspect. It's like I keep saying, terrorists should hire chubby white girls because crossing the border ain't nothing.
I've never worked at the border, so I can't answer that.
Mike says TSA means touch some bleep.
Yep. Well, after last night's show, now we've gone that far back that now we're beeping out the A word.
I know. I'm trying to bring it back. I apologize for last night. That was awful.
I know, because people tune in and to watch me drink Jack and Coke and flash the bottle in front of the camera and then get offended because I said ass.
Yep.
Come on.
Okay, fine. TSA means touch some ass and now drink.
Is that so hard?
Mm-mm. Although my wine's going to be gone pretty soon. My cheeks are pink. All right, let's move on.
Oh, okay. Moving on.
You ready to move on?
I'm always ready to move on.
I want you to tell me about this whole Android story again.
Oh, the Android story. Yes. Well, this is finally a fun legal matter. I'm sure all of us have at one point or another gotten a speeding ticket. And what is the ultimate dream for anyone who gets a speeding ticket? To find a way to get off of the ticket. Just want to make that sure. What? Hey.
Really, honey? They find a way to get off?
Of the ticket, yes.
Don't you mean get out of the ticket? Like, that's usually the lingo that people say. Try to get out of a ticket, not get off.
Whatever, you know what I meant.
A ticket.
You know what I meant because you were able to correct me.
Yeah.
If you had no idea what I was saying, you would have been like, what?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be your wife then either.
That's your cue to drink so I can keep talking.
Oh, shut up. Drink too.
So anyway, here we are. We have a legal matter. That's right.
Mike's into the sound effects tonight, people.
Oh, yeah. It's going to get better every show. I love it.
Let us know which ones you like and which ones are stupid.
Yes, a legal matter. Some guy got a speeding ticket, and he is a nerd like me, and he had an Android phone, an Android cell phone with the Android operating system. That's why they call it an Android phone.
Really?
Android on it. Yep.
Is that what that means?
Yes, that's exactly what that means.
Oy.
And on there, he had a program installed called My Tracks by Google. So it's mostly for people who go...
Ginny thinks your Law & Order soundtrack is stupid.
Take that. All right, I'll go back to drinking so I can keep talking.
Thanks. Now he knows how to shut me up. Drink, bitch, drink.
So he's got this program on there, like My Tracks, and basically what it does is for people who hike and walk and jog and that kind of stuff, they want to track, where that's what they call My Tracks. They track their path, where they've been. So they can go and compare trails and compare, how long it took them to go from one point to another. And you can actually use it for just about anything that has to do with the GPS. I mean, track your driving trip, all those things. He was running My Tracks when he got pulled over. And his application, his My Track recorded that he did not exceed the speed that he was accused of.
Wait. Back this up. You say that basically using my tracks in your car is as good as having a police detector.
I did not say that.
Okay.
What I said is that was his defense.
But I'm just saying, like, you get in oh my goodness. You get in trouble for having those police monitors in your car.
This has nothing to do with
I know it didn't detect the police were there, but you hear all these stories about how...
Apples and oranges, honey. Apples
It's
and
not
oranges.
apples and oranges.
No. Because what you're referring to are devices that detect the presence.
You didn't let me finish.
You know what? Okay, this is for me.
Yes, drink. Drink, bitch. Drink. Anyways, so I'm talking about how these devices in your car allow you to know when radar is being used in the area, ergo, you know when there's a cop in the area, so you know to slow down. If the cop pulls you over and your radar detector did not go off, you have a case that he didn't actually know how fast you were going, and he pulls you over, and he can't stand on, hey, you were going X amount of speed because he wasn't using a radar. Basically, you're superseding this and saying, hey, I actually was going X amount of speed at this time, and...
No, because that's two different things. Because the device malfunctioning and not detecting the guy's radar...
It's not malfunctioning, but they can pull people over without radar.
Well, I know they can, but what are you going to do? Hi, your Highness, your Majesty, your Honor. I was using an illegal device that detected radars, but it detected that person was not there, or did not detect that he was there. I mean, as soon as you say the word...
Well, he doesn't have... No, because their lawyers are better than that, and they don't say, hey, he was using an illegal device. They say, hey, the cop doesn't actually know how fast he was going because he wasn't using radar.
And how do they prove that?
Well, I don't know, but I know people have gotten off on that.
Okay, well, they can try.
I'm just saying.
They can try, but I mean, he's got to have some kind of record of the radar in use. We'll get into another topic that has to do with radars after I finish this little blurb.
Okay.
But this guy, he had, basically it was a record of his trip. And this record of his trip showed that he did not exceed the speed limit at any given time during his trip.
Right.
Because it shows, hey, you're doing 52 miles an hour, 54, 53, 55. It shows, at checkpoints how fast you're going. So, the cop pulled him over, at location B. Mm-hmm. And you look on my tracks then and see that, from point A to C, you never exceeded, 55 miles per hour, and point B that the cop's trying to get you on falls within that. Right. That's what he showed to the court. Now, they let him off. He got off. But here's the thing. According to the magistrate, there wasn't enough evidence to proceed further. So he would not give credit to the fact that he had this application and this data. But I'm sorry, I think that he risked flying in the face of it. If he proceeded further, I mean, how do you argue with that data? I mean, if it's coming from Google, are you trying to say Google's lying?
Google is completely reliable.
It is reliable.
It has no flaws. It's never led me wrong when I've done a search.
If he just showed up with his phone and said, "Hey, my phone said it," but I mean, the fact that it was processed by Google before it.
Oh, well.
I mean, at least you got a third party involved.
Which didn't even know it was involved.
It may not have stood up if it had gone further.
Right.
But
Laura says judges are dumb and they can't understand technology.
You know what? I'll drink to that. New rule. Only one of us can drink at a time because the dead air is killing me.
Really?
Really.
The dead air is killing you. The dead air.
So here you've got this case. Guy gets off because he had this application. Now, in the question of radars, I found this out. Sandy provided this information to me. Did you know that in Georgia there are 3 counties, including the one that she lives in, where the license having to do with the radars for the police cars was not renewed?
What do you mean?
They did not go through the proper channels to renew their... I guess there's some kind of licensing they have to do to show that...
they're allowed to have radars?
Their radars are properly calibrated. There's a whole thing that goes with that. So they didn't have the certification. Maybe it's the certification they didn't have in time. Long story short, because they don't have the certification...
They can't pull people over?
They cannot use they cannot use the radars. They can't use the radar to pull you over with. So until they get it straightened out, the only way they can get people is they have a pace car out there that's doing 55, or whatever the speed limit is.
Right.
And then, then they see cars that are zipping by it, then they can
clearly know that you're breaking the law.
Right, and they just write you the ticket for 2 over or 3 over, whatever the minimum they can get away with.
Well,
I mean, because they can't say for certain that you were doing 75.
Well, right.
But they know you're at least going faster than 55.
Right.
But
hang on, I'm gonna need to interrupt.
Sure.
Hey, you didn't.
Oh.
Actually, that was what my interruption was about. Yes, Mike in Ohio, that ting, that little clinking sound that you hear, that's the drinking sound. We don't have a drinking word anymore because it's too hard to work in. Drinking sound just comes up whenever. And okay, well, I guess that was my cue to shut up and drink twice.
No, that was just me, just making sure everyone has a chance to catch up.
Oh, okay. And if you're doing shots, you better be quick because Mike's fast on the draw over here.
Yeah. So these cars, these pace cars, are easy to spot. So you've got
which is funny because think about it. Any cop car on the road, that is the pace car. If you're going faster than the cop car, you're gonna get pulled over.
Right.
So
it's just if you get caught by that method, you're just clearly not paying attention. So
clearly.
So these people are just driving like bats out of hell. But the thing is that the next county up, they can use their radar. So they're right there every day, parked on the border, and they catch people like clockwork. They just forget where the county line is, and bam, they get caught for huge tickets. Huge tickets. So,
right. Well, it doesn't help the county that didn't get... Well, when does the radar renewal go into effect? Whenever
I don't know. I'm still processing the story. I just found this out this weekend on the way back to the airport.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's kind of exciting story. I was actually excited to hear those details.
Yeah.
It happens.
Well, that's true. You just don't hear about it.
Sam, I don't know.
Jason said you can beat the pace car on a yellow flag. Really? Where are the yellow flags on the highway, Jason? Because I'm pretty sure that means...
It's a NASCAR joke. It's a NASCAR...
I know what that means. Red checkered or black checkered flag. I know what that means. I used to watch stock car races. I'm not going to drink.
You know what? You call it stock car races. You're fired. You can't call it that.
Why can't I call it that when that's what it was?
No, you gotta call it something cool like NASCAR.
I didn't go to NASCAR races. I went to the local racetrack where there were stock cars.
Okay.
Speedway 95, Bangor, Maine.
All right.
Just saying. Don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about.
You know everything about that.
Yeah. Our friend Mike in Ohio just said that his wife's cousin is a state patrol person, and his favorite game is to drive slow because no one will pass him. I do hate that. Although I am also cognizant of the speed limit in the area, and if the cop is driving way under the speed limit, I will go the speed limit. I'm sorry. That's what the speed limit is for a reason. See, Laura does the same thing. And P.S., by the way, I have to give a little shout out to Laura because I love her new name that she thought of for being on our Ustream chat. Seeing as her name is Laura. I don't know if you guys know the Dr. Seuss book, The Lorax, but that's actually what Laura's screen name spells out, Lorax, because the Lorax speaks for the trees. And I think that's cool because I totally love Dr. Seuss, and so does she.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, you actually told me that last night. I had no idea.
I did. You had no idea. Well, you weren't really paying attention either.
Well,
you were otherwise occupied.
Well, you totally took me to school.
Well.
You totally took me to school. I appreciate that.
The Lorax, it speaks for the trees. And, they look after the Barbaloots in their Barbaloot suits. All right, fine. Anyways, I'm going to move on while he drinks. Did you also hear about this billboard story?
Which one?
Apparently...
Wait, is this the one about the one they erected up on 696 that Mike Beck is an awesome hero?
No.
Oh. What's the other billboard they put up?
Apparently in northern Indiana, a restaurant put up a billboard, and I put it up on our stream right now on our video. This is the billboard that they put up. It said, "We're like a cult with better Kool-Aid."
Yeah.
They're to die for.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's the thing. I mean, I don't know anybody who's related to the Jonestown massacre. Like, they lost family members from that, and I'm sure I don't know how big that group of family members is that would see that and get outraged. But that being put that aside, that's just in bad taste, no matter how you look at it.
No kidding. Like, seriously, really?
I mean, I can see the humor in it. It's kind of funny.
But at the same time,
but it's like, okay, I don't know. It's kind of hard because look how many people got wiped out by that. You know, how many people got killed? But
yeah, 900 people died from that Jonestown massacre. Yeah.
But Laura's right, though. People do joke about that all the time.
Well, that's true, but I'm not sure that as a business you want to use that as a marketing campaign. that might bring some bad press, as this has.
Well, I would say this, so that they actually probably benefited from this exposure, good, bad, or otherwise.
Well,
I mean, look at how much farther this billboard took them.
Right, because no one knew who they were before then.
Because I don't think there's going to be a massive move to boycott this restaurant because they made a Jonestown joke.
Right. Well, that, and if anything, you're going to get the stupid teenagers that are like, oh, that's awesome, and end up going to the restaurant, and they're making money regardless, so.
Okay. Well,
what about...
I'm going to just throw this out there to you, honey.
What?
These quote-unquote stupid teenagers, I'm going to venture a guess they probably have no idea what Jonestown is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they have no idea.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying, though, is when you're saying that's awesome, I mean, I guess they're not going to get the joke. They're just going to look at it and say, what? Better Kool-Aid, what?
Never mind. All right, that's my turn to drink. What? He has drank. You even had a refill. What the hell, man?
You got the camera. You could see. You could have beat me to the punch.
Well, you wouldn't have known that I was drinking unless I shut up. And I do that when I'm listening to you anyways. So you didn't know if I was taking a breath or drinking or waiting for you to talk. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm sorry, honey. Go ahead and drink. Because I'll say this about the billboard. At first glance, I laughed.
Of course you did.
But then when I thought about it from a business perspective, I thought, probably not the brightest move. But then I thought about it again, say, even though it was offensive to some. And don't forget, too, we do live in a nation that does enjoy feigning outrage.
That's true.
we do, as Americans. We like to be offended.
Have we not discussed Colbert and Jon Stewart? Like, they're the epitome of the American public and how they feign outrage at every little thing. Colbert more than Jon Stewart, I think.
Well, my whole thing is this: is that you look at the stuff that happens on like one little tweet on Twitter, and it gets blown up, throughout the whole country. But oh my God, what did that person say? Here's one person, and there's several examples out there where they say something that they regret, but they're nobodies, absolutely nobodies, and all of a sudden, because they say one bad thing, now they're all over the country as, oh my God, look at this horrible person.
Wait, who was it? Was it Calvin? It wasn't Calvin Klein. It was Tommy Hilfiger. Who was it? It was some designer that said something about Egypt recently. Do you remember that?
I know who you're talking about. He's not like a big name.
No, but he's big enough that people know who he is.
He says that people are rising up in Cairo. Rising up in Cairo because they heard his new spring collection was coming out.
Right.
But because he used the little hashtag on Twitter for the revolution, that
everyone took major offense to it.
Oh yeah, and I can see where people get upset because he tried to slip his message in there on some political commentary.
Right.
That little hashtag was being used for revolution. But look at all the other spammers that were doing it.
Right.
I don't know. I think they went after him because he's actually like a targetable person. He wasn't just some random account that it's a picture of an egg talking about how you can enhance yourself safely and naturally.
Was it a blue egg or a purple egg? Do people get to pick their color of their egg, or is it arbitrary? Go ahead and drink. I don't care. I'm just asking. P.S. Ginny thinks that margarita or whatever it is. I think it is a margarita that they put up. This restaurant, the Hacienda restaurant, put up. It looks delicious, as do I. And then Stickerheads Mike from Ohio said that we should do our own billboards and talk about different businesses, and he's volunteering to be the first.
What do you mean? Like, actually, we like make fake billboards?
Well, not make fake billboards, but to advertise for him.
Oh.
You know?
Oh, there you go.
He's volunteering to be the first.
So, okay, well, then all you need to do is come up with some offensive phrase that's actually kind of funny, but we could find some way to be offensive about it.
It has to be clever.
Yeah, cleverly offensive.
Right, cleverly offensive.
And then we'll get on the air and we'll feign outrage.
Right, it's true. But we'll also promote them, because that would be awesome if we could throw them some business. Sticker heads.
Yeah, feign outrage. That should have been if we were using words, that would have been the phrase of the night. Feign outrage. Feign outrage.
Maybe we'll just do that from here on out. We'll do the clinking sound and feigning outrage.
So there you go. We could advertise them.
That's true.
Stickerheads.com.
Yep. They actually have some really awesome stickers. I was looking through their collection when I first met Mike online. I was like, Stickerheads? This is kind of cool. What is this all about? And I looked through their stuff. They don't just do stickers. They do lots of other things like t-shirts too, and that kind of stuff. So they do a lot of really cool stuff. You should check them out. They're in Ohio, but they're willing to ship to wherever you would like. So
that's key.
It is.
Yep. So, well, here's the question about that is with those stickers. I'm assuming you can email your graphic. You have like a JPEG file or a.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, and have it printed.
Right, and I'm sure that even if you don't have a design in mind, if you want help with your design and you just have a basic concept, they are awesome at coming up with ideas for how you could do it and throw ideas all around at you and be like, hey, what do you think about this? Maybe we could do it like this. Maybe you want to advertise about a turtle eating a bunny because the turtle always comes out better in the end. This is how we're going to put it together. What do you think? And then you can say, hey, this looks awesome, or maybe not so much. Can we try something else? And then they'll do it. I totally came up with that off the top of my head, not saying that it's actually going to happen, but I'm just saying it's that random that they are that good they could do it.
Well, I was going to say you probably need to leave the consulting to them.
I'd say I'm the consumer. That was my idea.
Okay, that's good.
See, they could do something about that. They could say, maybe not so much. Maybe we should have a different direction, or we can do it.
Well, but that is awesome though, because it really, that's free consultation is what that is.
That's right.
I mean, as long as you're going to buy the stickers, get all the help
Mike, we totally need to get them to make us some Talk on the Rocks t-shirts. Maybe we'll just take our first month's advertising fees and say, hey, we need some Talk on the Rocks t-shirts and like stickers and stuff that we can give out at our first outbound experience.
Yes. About the outbound experience, I'm all about that.
Hassenpfeffer?
When do we get out of our cage?
That's a good question. We need to really set this up.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? I think our best bet is to go to one of the local bars. I think that we could talk to one of our karaoke friends and see if we could get into her bar.
Well, yeah, but no one would be able to hear us.
Well,
because it gets so loud when people are singing. It's so loud.
Well, maybe on a night that she's not there.
But I like the idea of taking microphones into a bar, because then you don't have to worry about trying to convince people to call in, because you can just go around the bar and shove microphones in people's faces.
And then you'll get really interesting responses.
I want to do a shout out to my wife, Linda. Linda, if you're listening,
I won't be home tonight.
Don't wait up for me, babe. So, I want to go up there. If we do a night when they're doing karaoke, I would like to go ahead and put some of those live performances on the air.
And then you can't feel bad about it because you didn't know that they were special.
I had no idea that guy was special. All I know is I just thought he was really drunk. And he's up there.
He was actually literally cognitively impaired. And you're like, isn't this awesome? This guy was awful. Listen to him go. And I'm like, yeah, honey, I guess that's kind of funny, except for he's special.
So you got to remind me about that. So I've got somewhere in here, I can find it. I've got the original thing.
He's a very nice gentleman, by the way. He's at the bar frequently in his sweatpants and in usually his state t-shirt. And he's a very nice man. He goes up and sings songs and he hangs out and drinks with people and, it's whatever. So, but he was particularly off one night that Mike recorded him more off than he usually is.
Yeah, off to say the least.
Mm-hmm. Mike from Ohio, why are you not allowed to sing at karaoke? Everyone's allowed to sing at karaoke. No one gets booed at karaoke. In fact, the worse you are, the more people like you.
I'm finding this. I gotta play it. We built it up too much. I have to play it now.
I know. Apparently, it's his wife's. It's the Ginny show when they go sing karaoke. So it's all about Ginny.
Let's see. Where? Oh, come on. It's gotta be here.
Ginny, I like to sing karaoke too. However, I usually have been drinking to get my courage up to get up there, and by the time I actually get up there, my voice is hoarse, so I sound like shit. So, I wish that I would have more courage to get up there. Which is ironic because I used to sing at church all the time in front of people, and obviously I wasn't drunk then. So, kind of strange to not, to need the liquid encouragement when I'm at the bar, but whatever.
All right. Well, I had this from the night Dean was. Oh, here it is. I found it. We're ready.
Did you find it?
I'm ready. This is for everyone to hear.
All right.
This is a guy singing. Another One Bites the Dust is what this is from. Oh, come on! It's not gonna.
Oh, please play.
I gotta do it over here on the iPad because it won't work on here.
Oh. That's too bad. Can you
See,
play the clinky noise?
We need a producer. We need a producer that can find this stuff, so we're not
fumbling around.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm gonna feign disgust and feign outrage at this point in time.
Why?
Because I want people to drink. It's that simple. Drink, people, drink.
Wait. Oh! I think I might have gotten this done. Let's see. Cancel. Oh, this might work. This might be it.
We're all waiting with bated breath.
I'm excited. This is Another One Bites the Dust by this guy. Come on. Oh. Another One Bites the Dust.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Another one's going. Another one's going. Another one bites the dust.
Did that woman just said you can't sing?
Another one bites the dust.
Wow. Yeah. See, I had no idea he was special. I really didn't.
Yeah, well, he is, honey.
I thought he was just drunk.
Was that the night that the guy kept touching my hair, the gay guy?
I don't remember.
He was a very nice man. And everyone around him kept saying, oh, he's harmless, he's gay. I'm like, okay, I'm not worried about it one way or another, obviously. But he was very, lovey on me and Mike because we know the karaoke woman, and she had to announce that night that we had just gotten engaged, the week before. So everyone's like, oh, my God, congratulations. And all the girls want to be my best friend to know our engagement story and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't want to share this with all of you strange people I don't know. This is craziness. But this guy, hung out with us the entire night, and he was all up on touching my hair. I'm like, okay, I don't know you. Please stop touching me. But, yeah, he tried to haul Mike and I on the dance floor more than once, and it was kind of awkward. Because there really wasn't a dance floor. There was just the area where people stand to sing karaoke. Yeah. Ooh, Mike. Mike from Ohio said that his wife Ginny punched a guy out at a bar because he wouldn't stop touching her, but he was touching her boob.
Yeah,
I would punch him for that too. My hair was a little more benign.
If some guy's touching your boob, I'd punch him.
I know.
So
if he was touching my ass, I'd punch him.
I would punch him as well. But apparently I draw the line touching the hair, and I guess that's cool because I didn't do nothing to that guy.
Well, I know, but you were kind of like, is he for real?
I was like, yeah. I was making sure he's really gay.
No, he was, I promise. I have pretty darn good gaydar. He was a very nice man. He was just, it
He
was
was
awkward.
very nice.
It was awkward because we didn't know him, but he acted like he was our best friend the entire night.
Right. Well, then he tried to get himself invited to the wedding.
He's like, he gave you his business card. He's like, yeah, invite me to the wedding. We're like, sure, we'll get right on that.
Yeah, this way we need. Well, he could go around and touch everyone's hair and make sure it's done right.
Right. Well, at that I would feign outrage as well.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Are you ready to move on?
I am. Do you even have your ting ping thing up? Thank you, because Mike has been downing drinks in the meantime, hoping you're going to ting again. Thank you.
You're
All
welcome.
right.
Move on. I'm ready.
Anyways, all right. I want to discuss this Domino's delivery driver who saved a customer.
Ooh. Tell me about this.
Okay, so you know how Domino's has like been on this big kick of we're gonna revamp, we're gonna completely change around how our pizzas are done. You know how everyone's complaining about how their pizzas taste like cardboard, and their cheese is always slid off to one side and or stuck to the roof of the pizza box. Well, apparently they've gone above and beyond with this now. Not only are they changing their pizzas and doing like these taste check things where they come to your house and go, this is Domino's pizza, are you sure it's better? They actually have delivery people now that check on you if you don't call in. Apparently this elderly woman called in every day at the same time and put an order in for Domino's pizza. I don't know how old this woman is. Let me see if I can find it, but I'm just saying, like, if you're eating Domino's pizza every day for dinner, that's not probably good for you. But anyways, so
The human body is resilient.
apparently so, but I'm just saying. Anyways, so they keep calling it. This woman calls in every day at the same time to order her dinner or whatever, and there went like 3 days where the woman didn't call in, and the delivery driver who usually delivers to her, because obviously you get your regulars and you have your regular driver, delivery person or whatever, she was like to her manager, she goes, shouldn't we go check on her? Like, this is really odd that she hasn't, you know, usually if she goes on vacation or she's out with her friends or her family, she lets us know because, you know, she knows that she's a regular, but she hasn't said anything or whatever. Apparently this delivery driver went over to her house and she knocked on the door, rang the doorbell, and no one came to the door. Then she went over to a neighbor's house to call 911. Apparently the woman had fallen and hurt herself and she couldn't get to a phone. She had been laying there for 3 days, and thank God the delivery person had gone over, or else she'd been still laying there. She might have been dead. So she did get checked into the hospital, and she was not in critical condition. She was in stable condition. She probably just needed to be hydrated a little bit and checked upon the bruises and did she actually break something? Let me double check. Anyways,
Well, I would hope.
it doesn't say that she's broken anything, but she'd fallen a few days earlier and she couldn't get to a phone.
Well, I would hope that if I'm a regular customer somewhere, that they would check on me. And actually, I was a regular at a bar over in White Lake, and they would check on me through the grapevine because I'd come in and raise a very hefty tab. And when their monthly drop was off, they would try to find out and make sure I was okay. And see if I was in an AA meeting or anything like that, which I wasn't because I didn't have a problem.
Right, you just like to have fun. Oh. Anyways, so yes, cheers to the Domino's delivery person for doing that. More good press for Domino's. Good job, Domino's.
Yep.
Although, ooh, don't want my wine to not go down my esophagus. Anyways, Jenny likes the ting, by the way.
Good. Better than the doink?
Better than the doink. I wanted like ice cubes in a glass because we're talking the rocks, but I couldn't find one good enough before we started the show. So.
It's the sound of cheers.
That's right. Uh-oh. Mike in Ohio needs another drink.
Someone get on that. Jenny?
Jenny, hurry up. What are you guys drinking tonight?
Yes. What are you drinking tonight?
Because we want to know. Laura's drinking Diet Coke.
Hey, nothing wrong with Diet Coke.
Not at all. Jason didn't even tell us what he's drinking.
Yeah, Jason, what's up tonight?
What's the deal? What's the dealio?
And by the way, Jason, I am glad this is 2 shows in a row you've came to the live show.
Rather than telling
we
us.
had the mix up a couple nights ago when you were commenting on something that happened like 3 nights before. So we're actually glad to have you with us.
Very nice.
Live. So thank you for joining us, Jason.
Very nice.
So
He's on his 3D drink. What does that mean?
third drink. He's on his 3rd drink.
Oh. Ginny's drinking white wine?
Vodka and lemonade. Yes, sir. So.
That's... I still want to try the creamer and vodka deal. And we do have creamer. We have pumpkin spice and peppermint in the...
I think we would need regular creamer.
No, they were using vanilla something or other the other night.
Well.
We could do it, but we have really cheap vodka, so I think I would probably puke afterwards. I don't do well with cheap vodka. Let's share first drinking stories. I distinctly remember mine, how I definitely got sloshed,
Just
to
for
say
the record,
least.
though, you don't do well with cheap vodka, and you don't do well with good whiskey.
It's not that I don't do well with it. I just don't like it. Anyways, my first time ever getting like absolutely all and out smashed drunk was with a friend who we are no longer friends anymore, but we were BFFs at the time. And I definitely borrowed some liquor from my parents' liquor cabinet, which is over the kitchen refrigerator.
You know what the sad thing about this, though, Jamie? You're
What?
telling the story about borrowing liquor from your parents' liquor cabinet. You're so young, the statute of limitations hasn't even run out yet.
What are you talking about?
On borrowing. You're supposed to wait. You're supposed to wait like longer before you tell stories like that.
Why? My parents already know.
Oh, all right. Well, then go ahead. Continue.
Anyways, so I borrowed a whole bunch of 5 o'clock vodka, and of course I did the stupid thing of like marking the bottle and refilling it with water. Hello, my parents never drank alcohol, so they had beer. That's what they drank, and the alcohol was in the house for parties, which they rarely had at that point. So definitely, I took some of that. I took some schnapps. I took some like peach schnapps, peppermint schnapps, whatever was up there. I took at least... I had like 5 or 6 water bottles of different things in my backpack by the time I was ready to leave the house. But definitely had the equivalent of probably 14 shots of vodka on top of all of the other really, really sweet mixers that we had, because we tried everything. We had like Sex on the Beach, Fuzzy Navels, White Russians, anything you could think of, we tried, because we were like, we want to experiment. We want to know what the best thing is. So, yeah, I got super duper drunk, and we decided about halfway through, you probably should not eat or not drink on an empty stomach. So we made macaroni and cheese, which, it's kind of funny. Apparently, I hoovered it because it looked the same coming up as it did going down, only a little bit more purple.
Okay.
Yeah, not a good idea. And then the next day, I went to go get my tattoo, my only tattoo, and they have you sign this contract saying you haven't been drinking. And I had to lie. So that was my first time getting drunk. I was a freshman in college.
You know what's funny about those contracts, though? It's like...
He could care less.
It's like they
I
make
was
you...
paying him money.
As
long as I didn't puke in his shop, he didn't care.
They make you sign a contract to say that you're not under the influence of alcohol.
Right.
It's like someone's gonna be like, "Oh, you know what? I'm totally wasted.
I can't do
I
this.
can't sign it, man."
No.
I'm sorry. You know what? They should make a flip book out of all the signatures ever signed on those contracts, and I'm willing to bet that it's gonna look like a slimy snake just crawling along the page. It's all squiggly and.
That's what my brother's signature looks like in real life. Like, not when he's drunk.
Okay, then.
I'm just saying, not everyone has to stretch that far. Fine. I hate this because I can see you drink. That means I can't drink because I have to fill the air.
Well, my first drinking experience was actually not until college. I mean, I would have
mine
sips.
wasn't either.
I would have sips of beer and stuff up until then, but the actual first time really getting down to serious business. And I, like Jason, the first time I got really drunk was with 151. It was Paramount
Bacardi.
151. Yeah,
Paramount or Bacardi?
Paramount 151. And I, too, got the alcohol from my parents' collection. And the best part about getting it from my parents' collection is that all the dusting I had to do after I grabbed it. I mean, they got liquor in like the old-fashioned bottles with the ceramic figures on it, like ones of a looks like Boss Hog. Well, he's got the Boss Hog body, but he's got like the Colonel Sanders face with the mustache, and he had the cowboy hat comes off, and there's the top of the bottle. I mean, they're worth a lot on eBay, so I didn't actually trash them. I actually remember to bring them home. So, good job, Mike, for not throwing away, hundreds of dollars worth of collectibles. But yeah, we bought the oldest, nastiest liquor I could find. And in there was this bottle of Paramount 151. And my roommate, Derek, was making the drinks. He was the bartender that night. And he started off by mixing this 151 with Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't dilute it at all. You can still totally taste it.
We start with little bits of the liquor and then a lot of Kool-Aid. I mean, so the way he mixed it up, I mean, you could get a little bit of the burn, but it's like you could barely taste it. So we're pounding it back, and of course, never drinking before, had zero tolerance. So little did I know that throughout the course of the night, he was
increasing the amount.
Yes, he was changing the formula. Less Kool-Aid, more 151, to pretty much the point where we were drinking glasses of 151 with red food coloring in it. And at that point, we had no taste buds. But I'll tell you right now, I probably should have died that night. I'll just tell you right now, I probably should have died that night because I got to the point where I tried to stand up, and when I did, there was a bookshelf over my head. I was in this wicker chair, this like laid-back wicker chair. I was like totally relaxed. It was great. I go to stand up to go to the bathroom or whatever I was going to do, hit my head. I tell you, folks, I could not feel a thing. This thing, but I knew it was bad because everyone in the room stopped what they were doing, stopped what they were saying, and they're like, "Oh!" I couldn't feel it. At that point, though, I felt like I was in a movie because I hit, and I'm like, I can't stand up, and I just like crumpled to the floor. I didn't feel anything. Like my body was like, it was like out of body experience. I mean, I'm seeing it happen through my eyes, but I mean, I could hear everything going on. I could see everything going on, but I could not move my body. I just could just lay there and breathe. And they're like, oh, Beck's out. He's done. And they just like left me lay there, and I'm hearing the party keeps on going. They just leave me be. No one checking a pulse. My eyes are obviously wide open. I'm not smiling or laughing.
Were you like looking around, or are you dazed and confused?
I was just laying there. I mean, I wasn't moving my eyes. All I remember was I could see like the shag carpet in front of me because we had like the shag rug. So all the little yarns were like in front of my eyes, and I could see a garbage can, and then I could see the doorway. And I'm just laying there, they're partying, having a good time. Then all of a sudden, it was like I said, I'm still watching the movie. I'm not controlling my body. I'm watching my arm reach out. I'm not controlling it. I'm not thinking about it. I can't even feel it move. I just see it go out and grab the garbage can and pull it to my face. And I swear, I felt like I puked for 5 hours. But it probably happened in the span of 30 seconds. But it just like it was all in slow motion. Like I just felt like I was going to suffocate. It was terrible. So I got it all out, thank God, because that's probably what saved my life.
Yep.
And then the best part of the story is when the three other roommates decide, hey, let's get Mike back to bed. Let's put him in bed. So one guy grabs one arm, another guy grabs the other arm, another guy grabs two legs, and they try to take me through the doorway. But I don't know what they were thinking. If they're drunk too, they try to take me through sideways. They fold my body up to fit through, but my head doesn't fit. So they clock my head on this cinder block wall. So there's that. So I remember seeing like this flash of bright light for a second. But of course I still can't move. And then they do the old, okay, on the count of three, and swing me. 1, 2, 3, and huff me onto my bed. So it gets better, though. It does get better. Because the best part is when I woke up finally at 7 in the morning, my bed is on top of me. So apparently, I don't remember it happening or anything. I was just that passed out. But apparently, it was from the fact that my bed was against the heat register or the radiator, whatever you call it, for the room.
Mm-hmm. And you were cold.
And no, I always like to put my leg between my bed and that heat register.
Mm-hmm.
Put my leg up against it. And I don't know what it was. It was just a habit I had throughout college. And apparently, me doing that, I really jammed it down there good and shifted all my body weight over. That I flipped my bed over on top of me. Yeah. So I don't know how I didn't die that night, or how I didn't have any long-term damage. I mean, I probably have some brain damage left over, as you can tell. But other than that, I turned out okay.
Oh my goodness. I'll drink to that. If anybody else wants to share their stories, hey, maybe somebody wants to actually call in and share their story.
If we do that, I actually have to get the thing logged in and turned on.
Oh my gosh.
I was not ready earlier.
Apparently so. Well, let us know in chat if you're going to call so that Mike can be ready. But yeah, we'd love to hear everybody else's drinking stories too. I remember distinctly one time in college drinking, and we were drinking raspberry Bacardi mixed with something, but I know that was the main ingredient. And between a friend and I, we'd finished a fifth. And I remember going into the bathroom to break the seal, which complete myth, whatever. But I went to the bathroom to break the seal, and there's a huge mirror. Like, if anyone knows the dorms at Michigan State, if you know what a suite looks like, the mirror covers pretty much the entire wall where the shower is not. So there's a whole wall of mirror. And I go into the bathroom, and I flip on the light, and I look in the mirror before I sit down. I'm like, oh my God. And I go flying back in the other room. I'm like, Jen, I look like a Muppet. Like, it seemed like my eyes were too big for my face. Like, I really thought I looked like a Muppet. Like, you know how Muppets are really like...
is that like your subconscious, like bringing back the Miss Piggy memories from school?
No.
Oh.
No, I just, like, you know how Muppets look like their eyes are too big for their face? Do you know what I'm talking about? Anybody know what I'm talking about? I am doing the face. Do you know what that means?
It means that you've had too much to drink.
Yes, it does. That was my indicator. Hey, if I think I look like a Muppet, I need to stop drinking.
Wow. All right, so there's the Muppet test.
Anyways, yep. And Mike said he drank a gallon of Bloody Marys once. Oh, my God. I forgot how awful Bloody Marys were until we went to a really nice restaurant that has really awesome brunch when we were in Iowa the last time. And my mom and I ordered Bloody Marys because they were having a brunch special or whatever. I'm like, sweet, I haven't had a Bloody Mary in a long time. Apparently they make them differently than my mom used to because they were super like peppery and spicy and disgusting. I'm like, dude, this is not how I remembered this. My mom drank mine. My mom was a little sloshed as she was leaving brunch.
Well, I will tell you this. My drinking has come a long way since that first time.
Yeah.
And I remember we all managed to get the money together and buy a half gallon of Jim Beam back in college. And we were so happy to have it. We thought we were hitting that bottle hard. And I remember how long we had it. We were all, me and a couple of roommates were all hitting it. And we still had like a half of it left. So we'd be about the equivalent of a fifth was left. So we only managed to do a fifth in like a couple of weeks. How weak is that? We thought we were kings. So I bring the thing home, and my dad was happy to see it because my dad was drinking Jim Beam heavily at the time, and he managed to pound the rest of that half gallon down that night. And I mean, it put all my drinking in perspective. It's like, jeez, it took us 2 weeks to get to that point, and he just completely crushed it in a night.
Yeah, well, your dad's a whole nother story.
Well, yeah, I could tell you drinking stories about him all day long. You know, he's the guy who drinks 5 bottles of wine, and all he gets is bloated. But
Ginny says it just takes practice.
Yeah, it does take practice. Well, I've had plenty now because at your party the other night,
my God,
I
you
down
drank
the
a fifth.
I finished the one bottle and almost killed the other. Yeah, I was in rare form at your party.
You were, although we did have a good time.
We had an awesome time.
I was happy that Laura and Ryan stuck around for a really long time afterwards. That was
shocked
fun.
I haven't scared your friends away yet.
Yeah, me too.
I almost feel like they consider me a friend now.
I hope they do. I hope they do. Well, I know that at least Laura and Ryan and Bonnie like you. I don't know about the rest of them, but
they're just telling you that to be nice to you because they like you, and I come with the package.
No. Like Bonnie hauled me aside one day when I went into her room. Like, I don't know. I always go into one of my teachers' rooms to have lunch, and she hauled me aside one day and goes, I really like Mike. He's really good. Like, he's a really good person. Like, I really like him. I'm like, thanks. Which is funny because I think at that point she'd only met you once, but she just knows. Wow,
I must have that effect on people. They just see my genuine goodness.
Yes, that's right.
Wow.
So.
What a nice thing to say. Wow.
That's right.
Big pat on the back.
Laura's kind of questionable now.
Drink to that.
You drink to that. I'm gonna keep talking. Anyways, I want to talk about this one last thing. Well, maybe two last things, but one thing for sure. Because this came up the other day on when we were talking at Laura's house. Laura had an impromptu birthday party because it's kind of ironic that one of my best friends...
Which I'm bummed that I missed it. I mean, I'm glad I went and saw my dad, of course, but I wish
but
the timing would have been different. That would have sounded like it would have been fun to go.
It was, and you know what? You totally would have fit in because all of the guys there basically were huge computer geeks. Don't even make the... You don't feign confusion or
back
upset.
up. Let's go back around. Let's try this again. Hey, Mike. Yeah, you really would have fit in because all the guys there, they're really cool dudes. See? Was that so hard to say? Well, okay, I'm glad you laughed because for a minute there I feel like I went deaf. Like, wow, have I had too much to drink? I can't hear anything. What?
Oh my god, I've gone deaf! No, Jenny, I'm totally agreeing. Geeks rule. But I'm just saying that Mike would have fit in with these guys. He would have thought they were awesome.
Dudes. Cool dudes.
You would have thought they were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were awesome. Anyway, what?
Nothing.
No, you had something to say. I could hear it coming through the recesses of your brain to your tongue. I heard it.
It's just the way you said it. You made it sound like it was a bad thing to be a geek.
No. Hello. I'm not just as much of a geek. I aspire to be as big of a geek as you are, but no, it is not a bad thing to be a geek. I love my geek.
After all, my nickname on Twitter is Nerdy Father.
That is right. Look him up. Follow him. I'm sorry. I guess you could friend him on Facebook.
I know. You can follow me on Twitter. I need more followers.
Right.
I have 2,200 followers.
Something like that. Laura corrected me. There was one person who's not a computer geek in that group, which was her little brother-in-law, which, Laura, let's be honest, he's doing like the quadratic equation on a whiteboard. He's a geek. He may not be a computer geek, but he is a geek. But anyways, so yeah, it was a lot of fun at Laura's party, and it's kind of funny that before Mike so rudely interrupted me, that one of my best friends, her birthday is exactly a week after mine. So, well, we were the same sign before the whole zodiac signs got changed, which is completely bogus, but whatever. Anyways, so this came up at the party because Laura and I were talking about this, but about how she loves Costco, and I keep asking where she got things, and she always says Costco because she goes there all the time, apparently. So, oh my gosh. See, Mike, you got to get with the program. Mike and Ginny from Ohio, their birthdays are the 6th and the 25th. Everybody who's cool has a birthday in February. That's right, Ginny.
That's right. That's why President's Day is in February.
And Valentine's Day. Or if you're single, Happy Singles Awareness Day.
What about May birthdays?
You have May Day.
Taurus the bull.
The bull.
That would be me.
That's true. You strong like bull.
Absolutely.
Oh, Ginny, don't hate on May. May's fun. May's
great. We have the weather.
The month before school gets out, you're really starting to get psyched about springtime.
It's a good time to be born.
It's true. It's starting to get warm. Yeah. Anyways, back to Costco. Apparently, there was an article that came out on the 7 ways that warehouse clubs like Costco get you hooked on buying in bulk. So not only do they like encourage this kind of thing, they actually have like psychological things that go into how you shop in these stores. Hello.
I'm listening.
Anyways, so yeah, the one that was the craziest to me is that there is no music. Apparently, this is a huge psychological factor. Did you notice that like when you go to Sam's Club or Costco, there is no music?
When I go to Costco, I look at all the stuff on the shelves, and I just wonder why it's bigger than me. I mean, where else can you go to get I mean, not just one. I mean, sometimes you'll see them in the grocery store, the big, huge thing of goldfish, like it's like the big carton of it.
Right.
It's like, I don't know, the 3-pounder or whatever it is. They don't have those. They don't sell those individually. They come in like a little cardboard pallet of like 6 of them.
No, they don't. You can buy one of those.
Not at Costco.
Okay, fine. At Sam's Club, you can buy one giant milk carton shaped container of goldfish.
If you go,
I've never been to a Costco, to be quite honest.
if you go
I've
to a
only been to Sam's
Costco,
Club.
it's like you have to go and have like 3 shopping carts. If you want to do a full grocery trip and make sure you get everything on your list, because the sizes are so huge, you have to like have like 2 grocery carts.
Well, that's true. That's their number one thing. Is,
And they have samples of everything. Like at the end of every aisle, there's always some woman or man in a white suit and a hat, ready to give you a bite of whatever it is. And you take the sample of it, and of course, the way they prepared it, it tastes like God's gift.
that's true.
And you're like, oh, God, where can I find more of this?
Right.
Aisle 7, sir. And then you go down there, and then basically
It's gone.
No, there's like a lineup of forklifts where they offer to drive this huge 55-gallon drum to your car of whatever it is. And you're like, I have to have it. It's the best barbecue pulled pork on a cracker I've ever had.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you get to the checkout, and it's like $700 worth of food that'll last you like a year.
Well, except for most of the stuff goes bad before then, so really what are you buying it for? Like, even the stuff that doesn't go bad super quickly, like processed foods or whatever, like canned goods, even like the ketchup. You buy ketchup that's, you know, the huge 64-ounce bottle of ketchup that's humongous, and by the time you get to that third one in the pack, it's like 3.5 years later. Is that ketchup still good? Probably not.
Jason, what you said there is pure genius, because you could have a lunch off of all the samples. You could go to Costco every day. They have so many people giving away samples. They know you'll buy it, you know, unless you actually go there with the express purpose of let's go eat these samples.
Right.
But really, I mean, they have so much food there. You could get full off there.
Right.
So, in fact, I'll tell you, when I go to Meijer, I always I tell them I can't make up my mind when I'm trying to buy stuff, and they'll always give me a slice of this and a slice of that. I have a sandwich, 2 or 3 sandwiches worth of meat in my mouth before I actually start buying the deli meat.
And by then you're full and you don't.
They will feed you. So if you need a quick meal, and this is what I say, anyone who's out there who is down in their luck and needs some help.
Well, except for you need a membership to get in there.
No. I'm talking about Meijer. Just Meijer even.
Oh.
Just go to the deli and tell them you want to know what this tastes like, that tastes like, and this tastes like, and they'll give you like 2 or 3 slices of each thing.
Right.
And
Because
then
they can't just give you just one. You
and
gotta have the
that
perfect
is the
slice.
easiest way to get a quick meal in and not pay a dime.
Well, that's true.
And you'll say, you know what, all of this tastes like crap. And just don't let them see
how delicious it is.
Yeah, just don't let them see your eyes roll in the back of your head as you're going, oh no, that's so good.
Let them see the drool either.
Honey barbecue chicken is the best.
Mm.
I have a problem.
You have a problem? Are you hungry now?
No, I'm not. Well, but I'll live on that part of it. I'm actually drinking dinner. But speaking of drinking dinner, that's my problem. See, it's 10:13, so we're running the show over. If we're going to continue the show, I have no more Coke to mix my drink with.
Uh-oh. Well, I can throw up another picture of Costco while you take a break, and I can continue talking about these 7 ways that Costco messes with your mind.
Okay, well then I'll turn off my microphone and leave you all with this.
All right, okay. Well, I guess yes, drink. So, I was looking at these Costco ways that they try to trick you into buying their things. First of all, okay, I want to go back to the whole no music concept. Grocery stores always have music playing, and for one reason or another, apparently it makes you shop faster, whether the music is faster or just the fact that you're cognizant of, oh, the song changed. No, there is no music playing in these big warehouse stores. So you wander around aimlessly for hours unless you really got somewhere to be. You're not watching the time, which, that's happened to everyone. You're not watching the time. You just hang out and do whatever. And then you find out 3 hours later, oh man, we've been here for way too long. And then you walk up to the counter and you're like, oh, I've got $1,000 worth of things that I thought I needed. So that's apparently one way out of these 7 ways that they get you to buy more things in bulk. Also, the whole low prices deal. Everyone thinks that these prices are so low, and they are, and it's unbelievable how low the prices are. So people automatically end up buying more. You think, hey, oh my God. Like, we were talking about this the other night. Like, Laura and Ryan and I were talking about this the other night about how Walmart can sell these jars of pickles for like $1.44. They're a gallon-sized jar of pickles, and they sell it for $1.44. How can they sell it that low? So you think, oh my God, it's only $1.44 for a whole gallon. I'm gonna buy 3, and then you end up going, oh my God, instead of spending only $1.44 on 1 gallon of pickles, I spent $5 on pickles. Which obviously that's not that big of a deal when you look at it, but when you look at these sales on Sam's Club does this all the time. They have t-shirt sales where you get 1 t-shirt for $15 and then 3 for $25 or something. And you're like, dang, that's a really good deal. It's near Christmas time. My nephews all need t-shirts. Okay, so you end up spending so much more money on those t-shirts. Yeah, it's a good deal, but you end up buying more because they seem cheaper. Oh, drink more. Hey, you didn't show anyone your whiskey stones. I didn't even see them.
Well, I was waiting for you to finish talking, and then I was going to do that.
Oh, but you poured anyways.
My fiance, Jamie, who loves me so much.
I do.
For Christmas, one of the many things she got me was these things called whiskey stones.
Do you have extras? Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, and what it is, these are hand-carved, handcrafted stones from Vermont, I believe.
Oh.
And you put these in your freezer, and they get as cold as ice. Or
Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, and they retain that coldness, and you put them in your whiskey drinks, and because they're made of stone, they don't melt, so they don't dilute the flavor of your drink.
That's true.
So,
which unfortunately for me and for James Bond, that doesn't work out so well because we like the dilution. I just made up a word, dilution.
Well, they're very nice, and Jamie, that was awesome of you to get those for me.
Well, thanks. I tried to get him these really cool looking things that are actually called ice straws, where basically you just pour the water in the tray and it actually like forms around the like this tube, and when you pull it out, you have a straw made out of ice, except for it didn't work out so well and the thing spilled everywhere and they didn't form correctly.
It was poorly designed, right. And yeah, you go to put the water in, the water wouldn't hold right. But the problem was, because the way it was designed, there was tubes in the middle, obviously, that had to is what made the straw work. The water would not go high enough to go over these tubes. So I don't know what the heck happened, but all you ended up with like these long ice cubes that you couldn't do anything with.
Right.
The idea was awesome.
But it was poorly executed.
Yes.
Mike says that those are actually granite stones that you're... Look at the head on that drink.
Yeah. Gives good head.
Anyways. Mike used to work in a monument company. That's kind of cool.
That is very cool.
And now he makes stickers. At stickerheads.com. Anyways, do we want to hear more about how the warehouse company buys all these things? Mike and Jenny were talking about how their neighbor used to be the sample person at Walmart, and all the extra things she would bring home for them. And apparently they have like 6 cases of energy drinks just sitting around that they've been trying to get rid of for like a year.
No, I want to talk about something else.
Okay.
What else do you have?
Apparently Britain's got their own version of the Loch Ness Monster.
Do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster, Jamie?
I don't know. That would mean that like dinosaurs are still real, because it looks like a dinosaur to me.
Well, if I'm not mistaken...
Well, not that they're not real, but they're still around.
If I'm not mistaken, the person who took the original Loch Ness Monster photos...
is dead?
Yes, he's dead, but...
I'll drink to that.
Jamie.
What, dear?
That was bad.
Ginny thought it was funny.
Of course.
That's all I needed.
Of course. Of course someone in the crowd would encourage you.
We're in cahoots.
And you know what, though? And by the way, men. Listen to me, men. I did some looking.
See? Mike thought I was funny, too.
I did some looking on our Facebook stats page, and the insights it actually gives you on the demographics of your audience. Our demographic for men versus women, we have twice as many women who listen to the show as men.
Woohoo! Go ladies!
Men, we have to rectify that. We have to get more men to listen to the show.
So you have a mission.
So I need more people to laugh at my jokes. There's more women out there to laugh at Jamie's jokes. I need more men to laugh at my jokes.
Well, Mike is a man, I'm very much assuming, and he laughed at my
Jamie's jokes
so.
appeal to people who like to think about the humor. My jokes appeal to the caveman instinct of, you know?
Tim Allen on crack? Like, what was that?
Okay, Tim Allen on crack? Wow. Tim Allen on crack.
Awful, honey.
Now, my question is were you just saying that because I just sounded wrong, or because you're making fun of the fact that Tim Allen really was on crack at one point in his life?
I didn't know that. I was making fun of you.
I knew you didn't know that. That's what made it so funny to me. Your joke was funny without you even knowing why it was funny. Tim Allen on crack. Oh boy. Get well soon, Tim.
Oh, Jason says you're wrong. He does coke, not crack.
Oh, my bad. I should have paid more attention. I should have paid more attention to my dealer when he was explaining the difference to me. But he is right. It was coke. He liked to... Tim Allen on crack. Wow, honey. Oh boy, that's great.
Okay.
So here it is. You're taking your kids to go see Toy Story, and Tim Allen's doing lines between lines. Oh boy.
Oh my god.
And you know the worst part about this is I totally forgot what I was saying. I got totally sidetracked.
I don't know.
What was your topic? It'll come back to me quick.
What's in my topic? We were talking about how there are more women than men that listen
I know,
to the
but before I
the Loch Ness Monster.
Yes, okay. Before you derailed me by telling me that he died, the man who took the picture is dead. How dare you sabotage me, woman?
It's kind of my job. Mike corrected you. It's Woody, not Buzz, on Toy Story.
Tom Hanks did Woody.
That's right. No.
Yeah, Tom Hanks did Woody. Tim Allen did Buzz Lightyear.
Are you sure?
I swear to God, Buzz Lightyear is Tim Allen. Woody was
No,
done.
you're right.
Thank you.
I had to think about it. I actually had to get it into my brain. I had to recall their voices.
It's a long trip. Anyway, what I was going to tell you was before you
Slap you.
So
yeah, you better drink.
Before you so rudely interrupted me, the man.
Because you never rudely
You know
interrupt
what?
me.
You know what? I tell you what. At this point, why don't we start drinking 3 hours before the show, so that way we can have an hour and a half of me trying to get 2 lines out and you laughing and making me laugh.
Okay.
There you go. That's all our show is. Laugh on the rocks. There you go. No, for the 25th time. The man who took the pictures and is dead, you are correct, he admitted on his deathbed that it was a hoax.
Oh, well.
The Loch Ness Monster does not exist. It was a hoax. And I
Dun,
believe,
dun, dun.
I believe
you
that
needed
whatever...
a sound effect for that.
I'll work on that.
I was
Here,
your sound effect.
here,
You ready?
so-
Dun, dun, dun.
There you go.
That was stupid.
Listen.
I am listening. I have headphones on. I'm listening.
Just like this other... I'm screaming into the microphone now. Just like this other guy who found this Loch Ness Monster in Beatles Lake or whatever he was in England. It's another hoax. It's another joke. One day they got up from their newlywed night, and they said, "We have to go back to work, love." And she's like, "I can't go back to stitching coats in the factory." And he says, "Well, listen, I have an idea. I took some pictures of the lake. I'm going to airbrush your fat ass out, and I'm going to replace it with pictures of some kind of prehistoric monster, love. And we're going to turn around and sell it to the National Enquirer for £3,000, and then we'll turn around and be world famous because we invented the first Loch Ness Monster of England."
Wouldn't it be like Lake Nessie? The Lady of the Lake. That was funny laugh. Whatever. Shut up. It was the Lady of the Lake.
People have spent their lives looking for the Loch Ness Monster, and it was
That's
a
kind
hoax.
of sad.
The guy on his deathbed, admitted it was a hoax.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mike says, think of the money wasted on looking for that freaking dino fish.
I'm telling you, the people who live in those surrounding areas were loving every minute of it. I got another bit of people looking for the Loch Ness Monster.
Is that how people in Scotland sound?
No, just people who live
Who are
around
drunk in Scotland?
They're just the people who live around Loch Ness.
Okay.
That's how they sound. They used to be full Scottish, but now
Wait. Ginny says that they've spent a lot of money looking for Bigfoot, Santa, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy.
I would like to
How
find
many people
Santa.
have
I want to
spent that
find
much?
Santa. How the hell can this guy put on a suit every year and get into his sleigh and go all around the world in one night and give everyone presents?
Well, you can track him on your Santa Tracker GPS.
I know, but it doesn't actually show him when he's going to be at my house. And the worst part about it is I can't
You
stay
just
up and
didn't
wait
stay up
for
that
him.
late.
I can't, because if I do, he'll skip my house.
And that would be tragic.
Yeah.
Maybe, like Colin said, he'll give your present to another kid and then remember before he
Here's
leaves
what I don't
and he
get.
takes your
Here's what I don't get.
present.
As Santa came to me every single year. Every single year I get something from Santa Claus. I wake up on Christmas morning, there'd be something in my stocking. And then after I got divorced, it like stopped for like 2 years. And then I started, being with people on Christmas, and there'd be stuff in my stocking again. What is that? Why would Santa skip me for 2 years?
Well, because Santa doesn't come to houses where only one person gets stuff.
Okay, that makes sense.
He has to make sure that his trips are worth it. Like if there's only one person in the house, he goes meh. But see, there were even 3 people in our house this year, and all of us got stuff in our stocking.
I know. That's what I like to see.
I know.
I don't understand why he skipped me for 2 years, though. Every year I've been by myself, he skips me. Why does he do that?
Santa, like God, is a mystery.
A big mystery. That's why I want to find him and ask him.
Well, I hope that you can find the Tooth Fairy too, so that you can give him or her Colin's questions. Colin was obsessed with the Tooth Fairy last summer. Let's just
I'm
back this up.
obsessed with the Tooth Fairy. Listen, the Tooth Fairy brought me a lot of money. And here's what I don't understand. I figured this out, though. Did you know that the Tooth Fairy gives the teeth to the mother of the child that lost the teeth? I know that because when my mom passed away and we were going through her stuff, I found all of my baby teeth in her jewelry box.
Wow.
So that's how I know.
I thought, because see, my parents always told me, that's really strange because maybe your teeth were defective, but my parents always told me that the teeth were taken from you and put in baby's mouth.
That's what I thought too until I found them in my mother's jewelry box.
Your teeth
so
were defective.
Clearly, it's a rite of passage where they take the teeth, pay the kid, and then they give them to the mother to hold on for safekeeping.
And hope the mom has another baby. But she has 2 more babies after you, so...
My teeth were too good for them, apparently.
Oh.
They were waiting for the right child to come along.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, anywho, Colin was obsessed with the Tooth Fairy last fall because he lost a tooth as we were the night before we were supposed to, or no, I'm sorry, the day that we left for Maine, and we drove through Canada, and we left at night, so we drive through the night so he could sleep in the car. Well, he was very upset because, hello, how's the Tooth Fairy supposed to find us? We're driving through Canada. And, we bet that the Tooth Fairy would be able to find him in Maine, and we were right, thank goodness. And the Tooth Fairy even gave him Canadian money.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He did.
Delayed reaction much.
I'm pondering.
I'm feigning upsetness. Drink, bitches, drink. So, yeah. Anyways, I forgot where we were going. Oh, the Loch Ness thing.
It's a hoax.
It is a hoax.
It's fake.
The Yeti, Bigfoot. Yeah.
Wait. The Bigfoot and Yeti. Those aren't hoaxes.
That's what I'm saying. They're all hoaxes.
No, they're not. Loch Ness Monster is a hoax. This thing in England is a hoax. Bigfoot, I've seen video. Video makes difference. Show me the video or it didn't happen. Did you see that video? That shaky
videos can't be altered. Hello, my father thought that the trip to the moon was staged. That even though there was video proof and video evidence, it was staged. They didn't actually go to the moon.
It was.
They didn't
go to the moon. Those astronauts would have gotten tore up by the radiation, the Van Allen belt on the way up. They didn't go to the moon.
Okay.
In fact, you could see if you look on some of those pictures, you know how they put the little crosshairs on them.
No.
If you look at the official NASA photo, there's like crosshairs all over the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Why are some of those crosshairs like behind the image?
I don't know. I don't know
exactly
what you're talking about, though.
It's fake because they forgot
they
to
never
draw
went
them
to
in.
The moon?
Whoever made the fake picture forgot to put it over it.
That's very strange.
In fact, I know it's fake because in Superman 2...
Because that's fact.
In Superman 2, when they had the scene of the three bad guys going to the moon, they borrowed that set from NASA.
Really?
That's the same set they used to do the moon landings.
That and Space Cowboys?
No, they dismantled it after Superman 2.
Oh.
When Superman 2
they made a new one for Space
When the production
Cowboys?
for Superman 2 is complete, they said destroy all evidence this movie was ever made because it's so good we don't want anybody copying it.
All right, so we're on to conspiracy theories, huh?
Sure.
All right. Well, I don't really want to talk about conspiracy theories.
Because you don't have any?
No, I've got plenty of them. I just don't feel like talking about them right now. I've had most of this glass of wine. I'm lucky to be putting two letters together right now to form sentences.
I'm worried, though.
Why?
That people actually believe that I think the moon landing was a hoax.
I think they think that.
I don't. I believe it happened.
Okay. I'm glad you straightened that out.
That's too much of a deal to pull off. Though I will say this. It is interesting to read about these conspiracy theories people have about it. Because they have a lot of compelling evidence about it. One of the things that people always say is, look, you've got these high-power microscopes. All of these missions that went to the moon. And you can't find one image of the overhead view of the landing site where they left the moon buggy behind and all that stuff. You can't find one picture of a lander left behind or a flag left behind. Nothing.
That is kind of crazy.
That is a little odd.
Yep. But who knows? I don't know.
Come on, Jamie. Entertain me. What's one conspiracy theory you have? Just one.
I have to think about it.
You said you have lots.
Well, right, but I know Ginny said that I'm a lightweight tonight because I have only had one glass of wine and she's already down 3/4 of a bottle. And you're right, I am a lightweight tonight. I don't know if it's I'm tired or... You know what? I had to do my taxes today. That took a lot out of me. But Mike says fluoride in the water will kill you. Okay, this is my theory, though. Everything's carcinogenic. They always come out with these different reports about how this, that, or the other thing leads to cancer. Like, don't use your cell phone too often because it'll F with your brain and you'll get cancer from it. You'll get brain cancer.
It will? I think so. I think if you talking it way too much, it's going to affect your brain. I mean, that study just came out the other day about how if you're on your phone for 45 or 50 minutes... It
increases your brain activity.
It affects your cells in your brain.
Right, which I understand that. I just think that everything, if you don't have it in moderation, it will cause cancer. Like, they don't know the actual causes of cancer. They know that it is, in some cases, hereditary. You know, it is genetic. But for the most part, they don't really know what exactly triggers cancer. And there's so many different types of cancer you can get. I really think that if you're actually taking care of your body and you don't have a genetic predisposition for it, you're less likely to have it because you're actually like paying attention to what you do with your body and you're not doing things that, like, too much of anything is going to cause you to have cancer. It's my theory.
So would you say then, based on your theory of too much of anything causes cancer, would you say someone who gets testicular cancer masturbates too much?
Yes, I do. I don't want to know how prostate cancer happens, though.
Oh my God! Jamie, did we have this talk last night about, hey, you should watch what you say, because I'm sick and tired of having to edit these damn shows.
That wasn't that bad. It was a joke.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Jamie,
Mike.
can I offer you my resignation from the show?
No.
Oh. Oh my God. You know what? It's funny for two reasons. One, because it's funny, and two, because it's from you. I would not expect that from you. Oh my God. Wow. Thanks for tuning in to Talking the Rocks. This is Shocked with my co-host Sick. Oh my God. Really? This is really, you know?
Oh my God. Your reaction was priceless, though.
Oh boy. Okay.
It wasn't that bad.
Under control.
Anyways.
Speaking of people who finger their buttholes for prostate cancer, let me take this moment to tell you that cancer is serious business and should not be made light of.
Oh, you're right. It is serious business.
Okay.
No, and obviously the people who have cancer obviously didn't ask for it. They didn't want it. And in some cases, you know, like obviously like breast cancer, you don't know that you're going to get it. You might have a predisposition for it, but it's not probably anything that you did. But I'm just saying, all these studies come out saying that, hey, if you have too much, you know, caffeine, it leads to liver cancer. I made that up. I don't know that that's actually true. But, you know, like, there's so many things that are factors in cancer that the better you take care of your body, the less chance you're going to have of getting it. So.
Oh, my Lanta.
I'm just saying. You totally stole that from Ginny.
You know what's funny about that, though?
What?
Is actually I have a second cousin who used to say that all the time up north.
Yeah?
All the time. I remember being a young kid and hearing it all the time. Oh, my Lanta. Oh, my land. Oh, my land and oh, my Lanta. All the time. But
because it was too much effort to say the extra "ta."
Apparently.
That's strange.
But that's what they always say, oh, my land or oh, my Lanta.
Anyways. All right. That's all I've got for tonight. Do you have anything else that you want to pass on to our lovely listeners, viewers?
I am seeking referrals for therapy. If you know anybody that I could sit down and talk to for a decent rate about the oh, you looking for this? For all the trauma that I go through on this show.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even say it about you is the thing. Like, yes, last night I did screw up and I apologize for that. However, tonight, not so much. And obviously I'm not making fun of people who have prostate cancer. Because that would be awful.
No, we're not. And we're not making fun of anybody who's ever had cancer.
That's right. But we were trying to make light of an unfortunate situation.
That's scary stuff.
What?
Cancer.
For sure. Especially prostate cancer. Isn't that one of the faster moving cancers?
Yeah, it can be, but yeah,
Pancreatic cancer is the worst.
it just sneaks up on you and takes you.
That's true.
Ugh.
Not fun stuff.
So
But Mike from Ohio is right. Laughter is the best medicine. We try to dish out lots of that. I hope you guys laughed a lot tonight because I know that we did.
yes, and hopefully this laughter holds you over until
next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Oh my goodness.
Jamie, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
We're going to have a smash bang 13th show next
Our lucky
Tuesday.
13.
Our lucky 13. It's
So-
not on a Friday, though.
I know, and Ginny will be another year older.
It's true. She will have her happy 40th birthday by then.
I know. They're having a party this weekend.
I know, and I really wish we could go. Just my mom's in town. We got Colin, and too many factors. And the weather's supposed to be bad, too, so that's not good.
Yes.
The big 4-0. Oh, Jenny, don't go through withdrawals already. We're still on the air.
For another moment or two.
You know what? I think we should call her on her birthday during the party. I think we should call her and wish her happy birthday. What do you think?
You make it happen, I'll get on the phone.
Okay. We need Jenny's phone number, though. Jenny, if you want to, send it to me in a Facebook message, let me know.
And Mike from Ohio says he's going to watch all the old shows again, naked and drinking.
Well, have fun with that, Mike.
Have fun with that, and don't tell us how it worked out.
No, we're happy for you, but we don't want to know. Hang on, I'm writing down Jenny's phone number.
Here's a little confession before we go off the air.
Uh-oh. Wait, you get to have confession hour, even though you just totally unleashed on me for making a joke?
Here's my confession. I used to do YouTube videos, and I used to do funny YouTube videos. And I do these little video blogs where I basically sit there and talk to the camera for 15 minutes and have different funny things. And I even talked about how once upon a time there was this thing called Ubi. It's a kids TV show.
What the hell is Ubi?
It's a kids TV show that was on Noggin, I believe. And what was about it was a hand that talked to the camera, but it had little googly eyes on top of it. It was a guy's hand, but he put this ring on that had two eyes that sat on his knuckles.
Uh-huh.
There was a whole family of these hands that talked and had googly eyes. One guy even had a little weird red hat, and they all, Ubi was the main character, and then you had Keiko was the buddy, and all that stuff. And they had the sister and the grandpa. So I did a little spoof on that. And I said, it's only a matter of time before someone makes Ubi porn. And at the end of that video...
Have I seen this?
You might have seen that. It's the one where the two hands kind of get at the porn music's playing. There's two hands
I think I have.
going to town on each other. Yeah, I actually did a spoof of Ubi with porn. It was terrible.
That is disturbing, honey.
People watched on YouTube like crazy. I got a ton of hits off it. People thought it was hilarious. But also it drew some attention to me. My picture and some of my videos were posted on a gay website. And I was labeled as a bear.
For those of you that don't know, in the homosexual world, a bear is a man who's gay, he's kind of a bigger guy, usually very burly, big guy, who is also gay. So it's kind of he's like a teddy bear type deal. Like he's a bear. He's a big burly guy that you want to hug him.
I found this out because I went to the website. 'Cause I actually was looking at where all my hits were coming from. I found the website. I saw the thread where I was posted. And I got to read through 25 pages worth of people dissecting me and talking about all the things they wish they could do with me. And let's just say this. I was well wanted and well loved. There's my confession for you.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah, they definitely had me pegged.
Yeah. Yep. Because you're a big burly
I
gay
think
man.
actually now that I remember it, you know what actually kind of got their attention is I told the story during one of my YouTube videos about the time that I actually got hit on in person by another couple of guys.
Oh, at the movie theater?
At
Your
the
16th time watching Forrest Gump
Yes,
alone?
I went to see Forrest Gump in the theater for the 16th time. Yes, I liked Forrest Gump when it came out. I'll admit it. It was a great movie, and it can only be fully enjoyed with the full cinematic experience. So I went to see it for the 16th time, and the place was packed. No pun intended. And they
I don't
found
know what kind of pun he was intending, but I don't get it.
there wasn't any. That's why I said no pun intended.
Yeah, okay.
So I went and down there with an usher who had a flashlight and found me one final open spot, and it was right next to these two guys who were very nice. It was very nice. Sat down, and they smiled at me, were kind to me, and during the movie they tried to continually feed me popcorn and Milk Duds, which was
Fatten
terrible.
you up.
Which is terrible because Milk Duds are my weakness. I love Milk Duds. They
It's like they knew.
rot my teeth and fill my belly.
It's true.
They are Milk Duds are a
They
wonderful
pull
thing.
your teeth out, let's be honest
They're
about
wonderful. I love Milk Duds.
They're not that great.
Whatever. The whole point of the story is this. I kept saying no. I refused their hospitality because I was so focused on the movie. But they were very kind to me. Movie's over. I got out from my seat. We're leaving. The one guy ran up to me and made sure he slipped his name and number on a piece of paper into my hand and said, call him sometime. And I just was shocked when it happened because I just never been hit on by another man before. So there's another confession for you. And I talked about this episode on a YouTube video, and I think that's what actually drew their attention.
Right.
And so they felt that I was a bear.
Well, you are cute, but you're all mine. Well, I love your confessions, honey, even though I've heard them. Mike says that he hit on another man once.
No. He hit another man.
Oh, sorry.
Wow, honey. Wow.
Well, he's posting things about gay websites and bears and what have you, and I just misread.
Yeah.
Anyways, before we digress too badly, let's wrap this up so that we can let our friends get back to their important drinking, which they haven't had a drink in a while, honey. All right. So, dear friends, we will be very happy to see you again next Tuesday.
And by the way, to all of our friends out there, whatever you're doing to promote us, you're doing it well because we're already up to 38 fans on our Facebook page. That's like 8 more than we had like a few days ago.
True story.
It's like I don't know. It's like starting to snowball. So, yeah. What am I doing later, honey?
That's none of his beeswax.
I'm busy later.
Moving on. So whatever you guys are doing to promote us, awesome. And we will definitely be talking to Mike and Ginny later on about getting a sticker of the day out. But yeah, so make sure that you tune in to us next Tuesday. We'll miss you this weekend, but Ginny, have a very happy 40th birthday.
Yes. In fact, you know what?
I have her phone number, so we're going to call her.
I know, but we're not going to be on the air until her birthday's over.
Well, right, but we're going to call her on her birthday.
I know, but
we need to record it.
But we need this.
What?
Me.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ginny. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Hope you made your wish. Your wish is for more Talk on the Rocks. So, all right, dears. We will be seeing you next Tuesday. And we hope you have a great weekend and a safe weekend. Enjoy your drinks and let us know what you're having. Yes, drink more. All right, so this is JB for Talk on the Rocks.
And this is Mike for Talk on the Rocks.
And we'll see you next time.
All right, have a good night.
Hey.